Hello everyone. My intention for this call is to make clear that, talk about the new CI/CD, new testing that Monique and I worked on it. Actually, Monique prepared everything. Talk with you guys, developers, about it. Of course, Cherik was an important person to talk, and all the others, front-end developers are the most important ones. Yeah, and testers. Tester Mitch, anyone who wants to test. That's my intention is to be sure that is that the practice is cultivated well in all the group members. Yeah, that's it. I can talk about it and know that everyone know what to do after this. I pass it to Rami.
Uh, Thank you. Hello guys. Now I'm working on the new error showing design for the create project page. And my intention for this call is to sync up with the team and plan for the next week. I don't have any distractions right now. I pass it to Carlos.
Hey guys, good to be here and happy to see you all. Last week I had all the talks with Mohammed, so I'm taking on the notification center and working on that. I guess that's the only task I'm on this. I know, well, the Fiyama was put back by Mitch and that to add some new farms there. So yeah, I'm like the priority. Should I focus on the notification center? Really, what sets me back is that I lack a bit of knowledge, about contracts and stuff. So that's why it takes me longer. But but yeah, and last week I did a bunch of hot fixes, and this weekend I also restarted the server, and also did some hot fixes. There is one thing, the give back distribution is still down. I'm not sure. I have to double check, but that's because the graph is showing issues. Moshe have put all the information, so I'm not sure if it's just that or there is something we can do. Maybe Ami knows, but yeah. Notification center. Back to Mateo.
Thank you, Carlos. Hey, everyone. Happy to see you all. Wish you a great week ahead. For me, during the weekend, reported there was a missing method in the subgraph. So I took a second look and checked if everything was right. And so I didn't. It seems that it's fine. Uh, as updates also, I am still reading about testing with Alireza and seeing how we can implement a good uh, set of practices for the front end in that regards. And also there is an issue about the empty search that Mitch returned because I totally missed the part of the recommendations. And I will get to that today. Besides that, not distracted, and my intentions is just to plan the week ahead, and yeah, be with you. I'll pass it to Mo.
Everyone. I'm working on notification center right now, and going to work on the boosting process too today. And yeah, that's it. No distraction, and I think I'm the last one. Or Jess, do you want to go?
Thank you, guys. Okay, let's start with the board. I'm telling you what happened, and I really want your sorry, I really want your opinions on these changes. While the board is loading, I want to show you these kind of graph that how we can do. We add another step called unit testing. So I'm talking with Amin and lots and all of you about the changes that we have right now. Currently, in past, we have just one environment for testing and approving that is working accurate, and we go to the live, we go to the production. But right now, we have two different UAT environments. One for the app that is still staging, that Giveth.io, and one for Give Economy that is going to be a kind of different application because the release plan of this environment is totally different. And so we need to separate the UAT to make sure that we can have, add farms faster and without any dependencies. So we're going to have two different UAT environments from now. One is staging that Giveth.io, and another is Give Economy that Vercel.app. And we added another environment. We added another environment that's called unit testing. So unit testing means all other features that are, for example, on the feature environments. Like, for example, what the environment that we have for the Give Power. We all try to merge this Give Forward.Vercel.app. So it means it's a environment for testing a feature. And so testers can contribute on this environment and make sure that everything is okay, and put the issues from unit testing to unit testing past. The current situation we have with the Give filter. So this environment is for this epic of Give filter, filtering, sorting, searching, etc. that you are all aware of it. And we may have other branches for specific features or hot fixes that needs to be unit testing. So in this case, I just added two other columns here. You can see it. This is a suggested flow that every reviewer that review the code and a feature, try to merge it onto the feature branch. For example, this one for the Give Power Develop branch. So for example, this one, single project page refactoring showing categories. When the reviewer merges change, it should be on the Give filter, for example, .Vercel.app. And after you merge it and approve the changes, you put it in the unit testing. So testers can go through this unit testing environment and find out the feature branches and just do the that feature testing and make sure that everything is fine. And when they're done, they can put it in the unit test past. So when we do all the changes on the feature environments and make sure that the whole feature is working properly, you're gonna merge these changes in one of our UAT environment. That in this case, for example, for Give filter is going to be a staging. For Give Power is going to be a Give Economy. So when you merge it to this UAT version, I think PO or one stakeholders or one who's be able to manage the features and the nearest person to the market and the stakeholders can approve these changes go to production. So it's not that be very in detail, I assume that in future we don't have lots of issues here in UAT QA because it needs somebody just to approve that it's going to be properly, and also check the whole functionality of the DApp. For example, may these 2-3 feature branches came into the staging cause problems, and that tester that's going to approve it have to test about the whole functionality of this product, and then put it in the DOM. And after that, the same flow that we have, we trying to go to the production, name the version, and close the issues. So this is the suggested flow. I just try to put all the give forward issues into unit testing, and the issues that have been approved from the give forward are put in the unit test pass, but it means that they did not merge into the UAT or QA environment. This is, I just suggest, and I'm trying to create the doc to say, to explain more what happened. And this is the very short step, it's very short-term changes. In the long term, we're going to have another environment that is going to be SIT and UAT, we two different environments. So this is for now. Do you have any comments, questions?
Sorry, I didn't understand why we separated Give Economy from the other sections of the app.
Give Economy, can explain it better, because Give Economy that has two different product owners with two different intentions and two different user segments, and I can say two even different release plan. For example, I just bring, for example, verification epic. Verification epic was huge. All of you know about it. We do lots of OAuth. We have to do lots of changes in, adding another new entities, adding some changes to admin. So we cannot block the Give Economy releases by that feature. If we just make one UAT, so Lauren has to be wait for Angel Vault or other features that is going to be needed in the Give Economy, because the UAT, the staging version, maybe not completed yet, and we can't go live, so it causes problems. So I know that is not going to be a very good decision, but because these two products, I think there is two different products. The one who stake is not the one who want to do donation or create project, I assume. Two different users types, two different POs, two different release plans. And because of that, I think that they have to be have two different UATs, not to get blocked by each other. This is my opinion, but what do you think?
Thank you. I understand. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions, comments?
Yeah, I joined late. So can you tell me what we do when it's in unit test passed?
Mitch, I have to tell it again one more time, but it's okay. We add another environment that is called unit testing. So
yeah, no, I understand that.
Okay, because I'm telling you, changing each of them needs some actions. For example, if we omit this column, it means that you approve this unit testing and you want to put it in the UAT. But it's not all about you. The dev has to implement and merge the feature branches to the UAT branch. And because of that, I added another column that you tested and you approve it and put it here. And after that, devs trying to select them and merge them into UAT or QA environment. For example, assume the GIF filter. We are doing lots of testing on GIF filter, going back and forth, and then you think that okay, it's approved. and you put the give filter issues in the unit test path. So when you're sure that the whole feature has been delivered, developers can go through this column and try to merge the give filter into the staging. And it doesn't mean that we have to go live, because staging needs more integration tests to make sure that other parts of the data are working properly. And then we can go to live. That's why I create another column. Does it make sense?
Okay, so somebody has to see that this feature is merged into one of those two branches and then move it?
I think the developers should move it. If developers...
So whoever owns the issue, or who moves it?
Good question. Who's responsible
Who's going to
for
know what issue? Like, who's going to know, like, where it's supposed to move, what branch it should be merged to? Who's going to actually, like, make sure it gets moved into UAT? Because, like, maybe Ramin looks at it and he's like, oh, that's Cherik's issue. And then Cherik's like, well, I don't know. I thought Mitch was doing it. And then it never gets moved.
You mean from unit test to UAT? Am I right?
From unit test pass to UAT. I don't understand how it reliably gets there.
Yeah. Unit test from UAT. Do you have any suggestion who's going to be responsible?
I think maybe the one who merges the branch to the develop branch. For example, the one who merges the verification to the verification branch to develop branch.
In these cases, for example, for verification, I with Cherik did it. For example, I was just following up the verification, and we have lots of verification issues here. And all of them are the verification dots, for example, Versal app. And I say, okay, the whole feature is, accepted. The whole feature is delivered, but we need, more testing for the stakeholders. So we try to merge the verification into the staging. Right now, we have all the verification changes in the staging environment right now. So I think I follow it up with the help of Cherik. I just follow it up from the Cherik, and Cherik all of them, select all of them and move them to the stage. But it's a good question that who's going to be responsible for that. Yeah, I think the PO should do it, because I think that I'm following up the epics, the whole epic, and the value of the whole epic together. For example, the verification, the give power, everything. So I'm the one who's going to be following it up and say to the dev team that, hey, these are the unit test paths. Put it in the UAT. We want to do the final test. This is all I came to my mind.
Well, I have a question. Eventually, this will be automated once we get a good framework for it. So, is it really worth it to make it an extra step for that to happen right now? Can't the UAT tester handle that completely like we are doing right now? And while we are doing unit testing automated, that's going to be like in the time that we make the PR, it will be passing or not. The code will tell. So I don't know if it's worth it right now. What do you say?
You're totally right. In my point of view, these two, the code review and the unit testing, has to be merged.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a talk with Amin. Amin had some, we had a debate about this. I think that, it has a reason, because our automatic test flow is not that clear right now. And we don't have coverage of automatic testing. So we are not going to sure that we do the unit testing properly after each release, after each deployment, I mean. And another thing that the devs are going to maybe compromise it sometimes because we are not that 100% sure that the feature is tested enough. And maybe the functionality sometimes need to be reviewed by a human rather than a machine. However, I just asked the developers to do the testing with themselves. To be honest, in this meeting, I only trust Rami and want to test because it go to the details, see all the. So when the Ramin is going to be code reviewer, I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure about the code, but I'm pretty sure that the functionality is going to be driven. So, but for example, for the other devs, I don't expect from you guys, but I'm just saying that you're a developer, you're not going to be able to see all the details. So wrap up my conversation, technically these two I think should be merged, but for now I don't think so that we can do it. So we need human to do that.
Yeah, well, my question comes from the side that it's still human, so why do we need a new column if the UAT QA kind of can handle the same thing? Or the UAT is only related to whatever is already deployed? That's my confusion.
Yeah, this one is going to be integration test and a whole improvement. For example, we have changes on the verification. Verification epic has some changes on the single project page. You know it? For example, when I go to the single project page as a project owner, it shows me that your application for verification has been, submitted and waiting for verify. So assume that there is another changes in other epic. So when, for example, a tester, when you just have one column, tester approves and put it in done. And for the other features, test it and it's working properly and put it in done. But when these two gets merged together, nobody is going to change it, check it anymore. And if it has some, maybe some problems, go to the live without checking anybody approve it. The integration of these two changes together. You can see it
I
from
understand.
the, yeah.
Mhm.
So this one is more rather, SIT, system integration test column. But if you want to be strict, we have to even split it into two columns. One UAT and one SIT. For example, for large companies, they do the SIT, they go live, but in UAT, and they call it, A/B testing. For example, they just make a beta version and open for example, only 100% in the world. So they can test, the users can test, and so they have another kind of production that they name it UAT. I'm talking about that situation. But right now, our UAT is going to be just SIT. I just make sure that every feature can be worked together.
Thanks, Frank. That makes it clear. I understand now.
You're welcome. Any
Monik, I
other
think the missing
points,
part
comments?
is versioning, labeling, and versioning is the missing part of your introduction. That each issue should be tagged with correct version, and
Yeah, exactly.
every time we want to,
I missed it.
Yeah, what moves from unit test to UAT column is the version. They say, okay, we want to launch. You want to explain or?
Yeah,
and
as you
that
said,
that would address the question of Miss, I guess, that who moves from the unit test pass to UAT.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, assume if I want to make it simple, assume guys that we planned according to roadmap that, for example, give power boosting or give power staking has to be launched, for example, at the end of August. So I just gathered, create a release here, and this one I have to click on here. Sorry, what happened? Sorry. I have to create another, a release in the Zen Hub and try to have all of the issues and epics related to this release, very clear. For example, I just click on here, say I want a new release, try to name it, for example, boosting. And I may have a number that is 1, for example, 3, because we have version, and 0. Whenever I say on the roadmap that when is expected to deliver this, for example, I assume that for boosting, we have to deliver it at the end of August, for example, here up to here. No, sorry. This one up to this. When I create a release here, I avoid to click it right now. But after that, I create this release, I have to, assign all of the issues related to this epic. So I know where is the release, and I just assigned all of the issues that I want. So I just follow it up and say, where's my features? Where's my issues? Here's in the product backlog. It's still in the progress. It's still in the code review. Still unit testing. And I just followed up to make sure that everything is delivered and past the pipeline. And when I approve it, I have the whole issues, and I can have a report that see which issue in which release is not included, and I can decide at the time of versioning that I want to have this version in the release or not, have this issue in the release or not. So this is the very key important things if you want to apply these changes. And as Amin said, I think it's this chaos is because we don't have release planning. So I have to work on it, to be honest, but according to the roadmap, I have to talk with all PMs, and I start with myself, try to define a specific releases for each month. As for example, for September or October, we can start right now. We can have all the releases prepared with all the epics and issues in it. And once we have these releases attached to our issues, we can go forward and follow it up. Did I explain it good, Amy? Can you hear me, guys? Because
Yeah,
I
I can
can't see
hear
you.
you. Actually, as a part of that, I was typing in another chat, but I'm not so familiar with the release too much. But I agree that you are responsible for, assigning it release and moving them to the UAT test for the release. Is it what you said?
Yeah, almost.
Yeah,
Okay, any other guys have? Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's really cool that we can kind of like choose releases and then like add the issues to it. I would be happy to use this as well for Give Power, but I might have to watch the recording because I jumped in late.
Thank
You're
you.
mute, Lauren.
Oh yeah, I was done talking.
Oh.
Okay, I mean, do you have any other question? Shall we go forward?
No, I don't have any question. Just I think the best way to make people understand it well is to do it by practice and teaching people, practice together. Every time we should do this and ask you, for instance, anyone who want to know what to do can ask you. And I think I have understood that It is this the most important thing about this kind of added value is to practice it, to implement this. We can have it. Yeah, we have done a valuable job, precious job. We have researched and found a practice, and then we should follow it and see what happens. I hope that would solve our problem. First, the unit test after each PR to summarize it and test on feature branch one by one, pass it to unit test, and for release, those cards will be moved to UAT column and hold together will be tested before release, and then we will have a new version of our application.
Very good. So, guys, Reza, Matteo, Rami, please be aware, if you review any of these issues here, you have to merge it only to the feature branches. The feature branches that we have right now is give filter and give power. The verification is done. We close the verification. So verification is not going to be a feature branch right now. We only have these two. And if the PO going to be contacted you to have a version from unit test pass to the UAT version, we have to do it on a staging and the give economy. So I think for give economy boosting, we have to merge it in a staging because it has changes on my account and my project page. But for the staking, blocking, etc., we have to merge it on the give economy. So, and for backend, I think I have to think more about it. But right now, backend just have one version that is UAT. We don't have any feature environment for it.
So an epic will relate to a feature if we're talking about issues. So let's say every issue that goes to a single epic will have a branch, a deploy branch.
Yeah, exactly. A deploy branch, no, it's a feature branch, we call it.
Feature branch, yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, understood.
Thank you. Okay, guys, let's move forward. Mitch, I do lots of reviewing this column and I reduce it to 41 issues. But I closed lots of issues that are not testable. For example, the backend changes are the things that for the technical devs. And I also try to close lots of issues of the done that we have. But the problem that I have right now, and I really need help of you guys, I really don't know which of these issues is on production and which of them are not. And it's really hard for me to find it out because you guys, I have to search the commit in the main branch and find that is went to live or not. And and please don't do that again. If we want to have a version, we have to make sure all the related issues is closed. So currently, I'm not sure because we have lots of issues here in DOM. I don't know who can help me on this, but please help me. Do we have a volunteer? Help me on this.
Sorry, I was distracted. Help you in what?
I really want to know which of these issues in the done column is merged into main, and which are them are not.
I think yeah, I think we can change. We can check the dates. If the merge dates are after merging develop to main, they are not in the main branch. Otherwise, they are in the main branch. I can help you.
Thank you. So let's take a look at the UAT QA. Mitch, I think most of the issues here are related to the verification. And we recently don't have any specific issues on the verification process. and I'm a little bit confident that we can go live. What do you think? Are you here? Hey, Mitch, are you here? Okay, let's pass it. So my intention that we're going live with the give verification or the verification epic. Who's going to who think that is a good idea to do it tomorrow or on Tuesday or on Wednesday?
Moving the releasing the verification. You think that everything is complete, right? So we will have a new version tomorrow, right? In case we go ahead, right?
This is my idea because I can't see any specific, blocker here.
And backend,
most of the
backend should be upgraded, right?
No, backend is live. Backend is went live. So we just have to do the front end.
Cool.
If
I think we have lots of yeah.
If I
We have lots
filter
of
it by
cleaning and organizing. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see that 7 issues here related to the verification. And
Yeah.
I think that I don't know that Mitch is here or not, but I really need somebody to give me confirmation before going live. Maybe I can check it out with Ashley one more time again.
Mitch
I
has
had
left
her.
the conversation. Has left the the platform.
Okay. So I do it. So this one is okay. This code review is I just checked that we don't have any blocker. This one is awaiting review from Cherik and Metal. I don't know who created this. This Louisia. And add to navbar charts external link. They wanted that we have to external link to the chat bar. I think that we shouldn't do it for now because it has problems. We need to QA the accuracy of data first.
Oh, Mitch is leaving for the airport.
Okay. So this is my idea. What do you guys think? They just have a PR for changing the, having a link to the dashboard. But when I review the data say, they're not that accurate because the donation from the purple list and also the audit for the givebacks has not been affected to this data. So I think that it shouldn't be go live for now until we do QA. Do you have any other? And I don't know who's going to QA it and what's the flow. I don't have any idea. Do you have any idea what we should do?
I think Kotaba can help us in this. Kotaba, right here.
Yeah, I can. Maybe I've not been so familiar with the integration of the verification process, but I can meet with Ashley and we can maybe go through them or I don't know, decide who can do what.
Thank you, Ben.
Yeah, I can help push that forward.
Thank you, Peter. I thought it's related to the dashboard, right? Because
yeah, they created dashboard. I think they decided to have a link in the dApp to the dashboard. And I think this is the request that the reviewers put the metal and the cherry for reviewing the code. I think the code does not matter. The improvement of this issue to be go live is matter. So I'm not that familiar that even we have approved from the forum, we can do anything on the live version. I don't know the flow and what's the practices, but I think Dan can take a look and do QAing with Ashley.
Yeah, and if I have any questions, I'll just reach to any of you guys or in the dev channel.
It's all okay, thank you. Donation search only showing one page, and this is waiting for Ramin to review. This is very new, just an hour before our meeting. So Ramin, appreciate if you can take a look. And the others are waiting for, they're in draft. Give power develop branch. So what does that mean? Do you want to add another branch develop, or you want to have a feature branch, or you want to merge it in the Give economy?
I think it will be part of Give economy. So if Lauren agrees, we first push it to the Give economy. Actually, Give economy was untouched since launch of Angel Wolf. So basically, Give Power is forked from main branch, from the production. So we will merge it to the Give economy, but we can treat it as a Give economy feature and test it.
Wait. Please do the following the unit testing and then push it to the U8, please. Now we have lots of Give Power issues here, as you can see, and lots of them has been approved by Lauren or Ashley or Mitch. And if you want to go live, you have to consider all of these changes. And we still have issues, at the weekend, I think the Katia created lots of issues that I didn't review it, if they're accurate enough or not to have in the pipeline. I just try to tag them, but I'm not the best person to decide. We can pick it up into the, maybe Lauren can take a look and put it in the product backlog or assign it. But it's still on test, so we have lots of issues here. So please don't merge it until we make sure that every issue is on the unit test.
And thanks for the tester, because she has labeled all the issues to Give Power, right?
I did it today.
Oh, thank you.
I'm not sure.
Oh man, Monique, you're the best. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I just tell testers to label.
Yeah.
Don't forget label.
Yeah, but these are here. If you sort for the newest, you can find her issues here. The rest are not that recent. So let's take a look at the other. So in progress, we have technical debts assigned to Ali Reza, refactoring the input labels. This one is here. I'm not sure about this one. Empty search result. Sherik has requested some changes.
I can explain. It wasn't. Yeah, the changes from Sherik is done, but I missed a little feature that Mitch let me know on the issue. So it's just about the suggestion. I missed it because I think I'm blind and I didn't see it because it was a really light gray. So yeah, I will do it. I'm working on
Okay.
it too.
If you think that you're getting blocked, just let me know.
No, it's fine. It's an extra. No block. Ah, well, I have a question. He's saying that the banner is different there. If you can open the issue.
Issue or PR?
Yeah, the issue, not the PR.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying go up to the image of the there. The banner is different, but I didn't think it was the same issue. So should I do another issue to update the banner, or should I do it in this same one?
I think you have to split it out. I can create another issue.
You can assign it to me also.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Okay, this one also getting back from the test, and it's in progress by Adoreza. And the rest are for the backend, I think. And Carlos is our hero. Carlos, do you have any problem on the notification center?
I'm going to integrate what Mohammed did on the impact graph with the authentication now. So he left a draft PR. So I'm going to take his changes and put the authentication on them. But yeah, until now, no issue, but I'll let you know.
Very good. So I really want you guys to take a look at the design provided by Mo and Tosin. We are still in progress to finalize the copies and the content, but the whole structure, I think, is delivered. So it's a good idea that we can start. But for you, Carlos, to have a clue that which notification do we need to send it to users, I think this is the list of notifications here. We have some kind of notifications that come around from the admin. For example, admin create a message and send it to all recipients. To all users, and they see it as a notification in their browser. So we call these notification as a general notification. And on the complete profile, we have to tell the user that you need to complete your profile. After the profile has been completed, we have to also send a notification. The project saved as a draft, all the events related to the projects saved as a draft, published, listed, unlisted, getting verified, canceled, deactivated, activated. All of these are related to the notification center. And we have lots of other things related to donation, and the rest is for the give economy, staking, unstaking. Even, for example, we added the new farm is going to be part of general notification. And most likely, I think this column needs changes because claim and rewards harvest are related to the give economy, not the general section.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. And so this is the whole list, and also you can review the design. If you have any comments, you can put on it. I think it's okay to just get things started. I'm not sure if any of you guys from the front end approves. We can have the skeleton ready.
Who you said approve? Front end guy said? Who?
Front end guys, yes. Just the skeleton of the front end, I think, because the backend is in progress and we don't have any specific problems on the backend side. On the front end side, we have 3 issues on this. One for viewing the notification here under the bell, one for settings of the notification, and one for the list of notification, which is here. And the list of notification has 3 tabs.
As I see, the notifications are categorized in different kinds of things as we want to implement them in the backend. Carlos, you wanted to say something, right? Sorry, I interrupted you.
No,
Carlos?
no, it's all good.
You know,
My
have you
internet.
seen?
Sorry, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Did you see we have something like your profile should be completed, complete your profile is completed. This kind of
Yes,
thing, I
yes.
don't know.
I have the design here. Because I'm also gonna work on the settings. So for the settings, I need to know which are all the notifications. Mo sent me the link to that.
Mhm. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was the sheet, Excel sheet. Am I right?
yeah, it's better to implement, document them in an issue like checkbox and reference them one by one, because implementing each of them maybe need discussion and testing,
Yeah.
having an epic and different issue per one. So some of them maybe need some design discussion on the backend to where to put it. Who knows?
I think on the backend we don't have any other, concern because everything is all set. We can create. I just had a talk with the Mohammed about it. Once we had at least one of them ready, we can create other issues for other. You're right. I'm going to do it. But for the front end, I think there is no, the copy has been going to be changed. So okay, we change it. But they just can't create, start working on the skeleton and the styles, and because everything is clear. This is my idea. I don't know that the front end guys has some problems or not. So you're going to have a get list of notifications, filter by category, and read unread also. And this is the list of notifications, and the rest is, the settings. The setting is also clear. Turn off on it or off, and which channel. They can mock it without backend. Do you have any idea?
Sorry, I should open the door.
No problem.
I think that notification should be mandatory, and just sending email should be optional.
Yeah, in details we have to change it. We have some variables that sync the default values. Are you with me? I mean, just left.
I don't think so.
Okay, guys. So we talked about the priority of the notification. Notification is priority. Unit testing. Go ahead,
Sorry to
Mo.
interrupt, Monique, but I think Amin has a point. But I'm not saying it should be all mandatory. We can actually choose some of the notifications should be actually mandatory, but and the button should be on. User couldn't be able to disable those notifications, but some notification user can actually disable them.
No, I think you have two checkbox, one for dApp, one for email. I see the notification, and the dApp should be mandatory.
I was saying that notification for some of the dApp notification should be always enabled for some notification, and we actually don't let user to change them. But for some notification, you can just turn them off. For example, whenever someone likes your project, you can just turn it off because maybe that's not really critical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you can disable the notification for
okay.
all.
We're not talking in details. Yeah, we're not talking in details at all. But we saw it. With different attributes, can is change or not, and default value. All of them provided in the back. We can talk a little bit later about the each notification. Thank you, guys. I think we cover all the agendas. If you don't have anything else, we can say
one
goodbye.
last thing.
Go ahead.
can someone from the front end tell me what is the release? Because I have a 1.5.0 pull request that Mohammed did. It has a bunch of hot fixes of the notifications, of the verification, sorry. Also main categories filter and all that. So I need to know what goes to the front. So I do this release also.
Oh,
It's like a bunch of hot fixes everywhere.
But do you think
okay.
it breaks something, or because maybe it's unrelated to the front, or do you think
Yeah,
it will break it?
I had the idea that there was gonna be also a second release this week on Tuesday. I think I heard, but yeah, it's mostly hot fixes related to the verification and filters.
For the filters, we're not going to do it, but for verification, we have for sure we have to have the version. So we'll sync with you.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
See you.
Thank you
Have
for
a
your
great
time.
day.